Have you ever wondered why The Shortest Straw only has 99 live performances despite its brilliance?
Oh, not really.
Let's dive into the mystery of this underrated gem. Unplayed for 9 months, laced with political themes, and featuring James Hetfield's signature signal chain. Stick around as we uncover its dynamic instrumentals, and the surprising reason behind its rare live appearances.
Seriously?
Yeah, it got, boring.
The story unfolds, revealing a track that deserves more love than it actually gets. Demoed in December of 1987 and recorded between January and May of 1988, The Shortest Straw is track number 5 on the now iconic And Justice for All. Despite the album's overall fame, there isn't much of a history behind the song. So piecing together some info, Metallica during the 30th anniversary of And Justice for All released a demo for this song, which it looks like they wrote in December of 1987. And you can hear a snippet of that version here. And what's interesting about the song is the demo must have been in such an early version because James tended to sing melodies over the top of the riffs to give him a good stand-in for lyrics. But this one does not have that at all. So they must have been in the early stages of writing it in December of 1987. Strikingly, the song went unplayed for 9 months, post-release of And Justice for All, making its debut on May 11th, 1990 in London, England. Surprisingly, it's only been played live 99 times, ranking 69th in Metallica's list of songs played live, and 6th from the And Justice for All album, even behind the Justice medley that was popular during the Black Album touring cycle, which I think is a real shame because it is a tremendous track. And they've said multiple times during interviews, this might be due to the crowd being bored.
It was a fucking snooze.
During the And Justice for All touring cycle, these songs they felt might be a little too long, and they weren't as engaging as some of their other tracks. And I think this is why the song has only been played 99 times live, especially because they came up with the And Justice for All medley in place of playing those full songs live. Clocking in at 6 minutes and 35 seconds, The Shortest Straw is credited to James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich. Like the rest of And Justice for All, it delves into political themes. Specifically, this song addresses political witch hunts. Though it's never been directly confirmed by Metallica, many think this song has to do with McCarthyism, which was made popular by Senator John McCarthy in the 1950s. McCarthyism was a witch hunt for communist spies in America, and this left a really destructive and damaging trail for all the innocent people that were involved in the McCarthy list. All we can say for certain is that the song is about being falsely accused, and the damaging toll that takes on somebody's life. Now let's dive into James's signal chain for the album. From what I could find on the internet, according to the Metallica community, it seemed like he used his 1984 Gibson with the EMG 8160 combo. And then as we know, this was fed into a Mesa Boogie Mark II C+. Some sources say that a Marshall JCM 800 may have been slaved into that Mesa Boogie, but I've also heard online that that setup was only used for Kirk's leads. Regardless, he definitely used a Mesa Boogie Mark II C+. And that went to Marshall 1960B cabs, which was pretty standard for them to use. And then to round out the tone, they used 2 Aphex EQ F2s, and that really shaped the And Justice for All tone that we hear. So for my setup, I'm using my Harley Benton EX84. It has the 8160 combo like James's Gibson. That'll be going into the Fluff 2C+ from ML Sound Lab. It's a really great and affordable Mesa Boogie Mark II C+ clone. I'll be using Marshall 1960A IRs that I've gotten from the signature pack on Audio Assault. The 1960Bs have a thicker low end, but the 1960As are still pretty comparable. And then because I can't afford an actual Aphex EQ F2, I'll just be using a simple EQ at the end of my chain to shape the tone. So here's what my tone sounds like. Instrumentally, The Shortest Straw only has 5 unique riffs, and this offers a challenging yet really instructive instrumental piece for beginning guitarists. This song follows the classic Metallica structure. It has an intro, outro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, and it's a great tool for mastering some rhythm techniques on guitar. So now I'm going to play the main riff of the song, and really like how it's sprinkled throughout the track. My favorite riff is the pre-chorus riff. I think it's just really fun to play, and it's unique. So now I want to get into some of my final thoughts, and then I'll do a playthrough of the song. The Shortest Straw has a unique history, having been only played 99 times and being unplayed for 9 months after the album's release. Addressing McCarthyism, the song carries political themes and boasts 5 unique riffs, making it a dynamic piece for guitarists beyond the beginner level. This was one of the first songs that I had heard because it was in Guitar Hero Metallica. If you've ever seen the behind the scenes from the game, you can actually see Lars trying to perform mocap for this song, and it's really funny because he's having a hard time trying to play that intro piece.
The day Guitar Hero broke Lars.
Lars, what just happened?
Sorry. Sorry for all the bad things I've done in my life.
Can I take that one on tour now?
Yeah. You bring that one back? I'll never think bad things again, I promise.
This is a really, really good song from this album, and while it might not be my favorite, I think it's an underrated gem, just like Eye of the Beholder. And I think it's been overshadowed by the likes of Blackened and One. I really love that pre-chorus riff, and I do think it offers really good rhythm lessons for newer guitarists. It's not totally beginner-friendly like From the Bell Tolls, but it could be for like that player that's between beginner and intermediate. I was initially surprised by how little they actually played the song live, but then I remembered that all those interviews where they talk about the writing of the Black Album because they felt that And Justice for All was too intricate and bored their fans. So now I have a better understanding why it was not played as much as I think it should be. I feel like the fans definitely favor this album and these tracks more than the band does. Maybe not so much these days, but definitely in the 90s. I think this song is often overlooked, and it is an underrated gem, and deserves more appreciation. So here's my playthrough of The Shortest Straw. Thank you for all your support and continuing to watch my videos. If you enjoyed this video, I think you should check out this video right here. It is about Eye of the Beholder, another really underrated track from this album. Somehow it has a few more plays than The Shortest Straw, but I think that's due to it being one of the singles from the album. I broke down the history of the song, and I did my own tone for the song. And if you enjoyed this one, I think you'll enjoy that one. Peace.